I'm Crystal.
I'm Candy, and
we're sisters from Travel Pockets. We post a bunch of travel videos and share tips and destinations to go to. Also add in some, fashion trendy stuff because Candy knows all about that.
I try to stay up to date with the trends. Well, not even trends, just cute stuff.
Yeah. And today we thought we'd talk about what we love about Japan and Tokyo. For those that don't know, we're half Japanese, half American. We both grew up in Japan, and our family still lives there.
Yeah, our mother is Japanese, our father is German American, and I actually went to a Japanese school, so I got to wear those sailor uniforms and did the whole Japanese school system, so pretty familiar with Japan. Inside and out.
So we thought we'd share, what we love about Japan and Tokyo, the things that we do when we're around Narita, or Narita, is where our parents live, which is the international airport. So there's two, main airports around Tokyo. There's the Narita International Airport, and then there's the Haneda Airport, which is like in more central Tokyo. And then Narita's about an hour and a half train ride to Tokyo. And then we always like spend time in Narita first. Kind of like, it's the suburban Japanese life, what like locals do. And then we go to Tokyo and kind of check out all the cool trends and crazy unique
big
things.
City life. It's kind of like it's like New York City, and then but not everyone lives right in the middle of New York City. Most people live out in the suburbs, and then they go into New York City to enjoy the city life for the weekend or something. So it's kind of like that for us. We live in Narita, but we go to Tokyo for the weekends.
What we usually do in Narita is we always go to the Narita Temple.
So we usually go during the Christmas and New Year, and New Year is a big holiday for Japan, more so than Christmas. So when it's New Year's, we always go to the temple because it's a big tradition in Japan, and we we toss in. They have like a little bucket, not a bucket, like a big wooden.
It's like a wooden money collector.
Yeah, it's a money collector.
I don't even know what it's called.
You throw your money in and you make a wish. And you know what? I've asked my Japanese friends like names to specific things, and they don't even know. So it's one of those things that's like you really have to study it to really know like exactly the names of things and
it's
the
like
tradition.
We've always done this, so like we didn't even when it came down to like knowing proper names and stuff, we're like,
I don't know.
We're
just so used to just doing it that
we
growing
just have to
up.
do it.
Yeah. Or we also do the omikuji there, where you pick your fortune for the year, and that always gets to me because I feel like it's pretty on point whenever I pick something. It is
on point.
Bad or good.
Yeah, one year I got really good luck and I had an excellent year. The next time I went, I got really bad luck and it was the worst year of my life, I swear. And I also like to get good luck charms there too. They have like a lot of different good luck charms, like one for car safety, one for good health,
good results on your test exams. But also, even if you're not religious, it's just a really beautiful, peaceful place to visit. The architecture is historical. The grounds are immaculate. And it's really big, especially the Narita one, because a lot of the temples in Tokyo are small, just because the land is very limited there. But Narita is really spread out. There's a lot of land there.
Before you get to the temple, there's like an alley that you go. It's like a hill that you go down, and there's like all these little mom and pop shops, all the local stores, and everybody is super friendly there. And they have like super traditional Japanese foods, like dango?
They have dango there. But also what's famous on that street is eel.
Oh, the eel cutting.
Which is baked eel over coal, I'm not a big fan of eel. I do like fish, but every time we walk down Omotesando, it just smells so good. And it makes me want to eat it, even though I don't like eel, because it's so fresh, they cut it right there.
Yeah, and it's not even just about the smell though. Like, it's a great entertainment place because they cut the fish like right in front of you, and their process of like how they do it and stuff. I mean, it's just it's almost like watching some kind of like orchestration going on. It's just
like
it's mesmerizing.
Like the assembly line. And they have that, and then like onto the other side they have the guys grilling the eel.
Yeah, so definitely need to stop by that.
Oh my
god, yes! I miss the convenience stores every time I come back to the States.
It's really hard to describe convenience stores in Japan if you've only seen the ones in the US, because it's a whole different experience. You get quality food there.
Sometimes it's better than restaurants.
Yeah.
Like, we love getting the food there, and it's cheap.
And it's reasonably priced. And a lot of the convenience stores, they actually are very competitive to win the customer for their place to go to buy lunch. Because they'll have onigiris, which is rice bowls, bento boxes, which are staples that people buy for lunch on their way to work or to school. So yeah, it's very competitive, which when there's competition, it always makes things better.
Yeah.
So I love that there's competition among the convenience stores, because you'll see the commercials all the time. Like what kind of new rice balls they have. I'm like, ooh, that rice looks good.
Yeah, and then our sister was telling us, because our sister lives in Japan too, but she was like, yeah, now they have the best desserts, better than some dessert shops. I'm like, what? Convenience stores? But again, they have this whole competitive thing. They're like, oh, come to our convenience store because we have the best strawberry shortcake or something like that, right?
We can talk all day about convenience stores, which I think we're gonna probably have to do a post on it one day.
Oh no, we will. We will.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Eventually.
But we also like going to the department stores around there. The one we go to all the time is called Aeon, so it's Aeon. They have a bunch of clothing stores, jewelry stores, books, CDs, pet stores, and your typical mall, but more like Japanese brands and local brands.
Yeah, because one thing about Japan is their brands really don't expand internationally. So, I mean, besides Uniqlo, I can't really think of huge clothing brands.
Was it Muji?
Muji, yeah, but they have a small section of clothes. But yeah, Muji, I'm glad they expanded internationally. But yeah, Japan, it's one thing that's kind of sad about Japan. I wish they would expand more internationally, but a lot of their brands are just in Japan. So when you go to the department stores, you can really see all these brands that you don't get to see anywhere else, which I love a lot of the new brands that are coming out
and
in Japan.
I especially love the jewelry stores because they have the cutest jewelry for a great price. Like, for example, Candy's wearing one. They have dainty things. And I love dainty things, but it's so hard to find them in the States. Well, I've been having a hard time.
Nice, that's reasonably priced.
Yeah, because if I do find one that's great, then it's $100 or something like that. But in Japan, you can find cute things like this for only $10 to $20.
Yeah.
So I kind of buy them in bulk. Last year I went and I bought I don't even know.
I think it's been $200 with all these necklaces and rings. And I'm like, wow, you're stocking up.
I was stocking up for the year. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to do at a department store there.
Yeah, I like the jewelry stores too at the department store.
Yeah, and then at the top floor, or the bottom floor, they usually have a food court or the restaurant area.
Oh, one thing to note about Japanese department stores, always usually on the basement level is a grocery store, a huge grocery store. And that's actually the best place to buy snacks and stuff at a really good price instead of buying them at, convenience stores too, they sell it, but just I think anywhere else, usually grocery stores are better.
They're the cheapest. Best price. And then another thing that we do while we're still in the suburbs is go to a Daiso store. So I know they have them in the States too, but the ones in Japan, most of them are a lot bigger and they have a bigger variety.
One thing in Japan, the Daiso store, they have a bigger selection of is plates and dishes and chopsticks. Those little household items, I feel like the ones in Japan have a lot more variety than the ones in, say for example, in California. Because I live in California and there's Daiso stores there and I've been to them and there are a lot of similar things, but I feel like there's still a lot more variety at the ones in Japan.
Yeah, so I live in Florida and we don't have any Daiso stores, so when I go to Japan it's always new to me, so I always not spend a lot because it's only 100 yen for each one, but I have maybe 2 basketfuls all the time when I come back because they always have useful things there.
Yeah, everything's priced at 100 yen, which is about $1, but there are little sections that are priced at 200 yen, which is about $2.
So yeah, that's about all we do. Oh no, there's a few more things that we do while we're in the suburbs.
Yeah, especially since it's our hometown, there's always a bread store that we have to go to.
Yes, the bakery.
Yes.
Family restaurants.
And
we go to the Onsen too with my mom, or our mom. I can't say my mom. Our mom.
Yeah, the Onsen, it's a very traditional thing in Japan, and yes, you don't wear your bathing suit.
The hot springs is
the hot springs, yeah. So yeah, it's and we just go every night. It's just part of a normal thing to go and bathe with your family at a public hot spring.
At a public bath.
It sounds weird.
Naked in front of everybody, but it's super normal.
We grew up that way. Yeah, I mean, even when I was going to school and we have field trips, you go to the hot springs with your classmates. That's just normal. It's not something people get embarrassed about or shy about. It's just a very normal thing to do. So.
Yeah. All right, so that's all the things that we usually do in Narita in the suburbs with our family. And then we always make a trip out to like the Tokyo area and check out all like the new cafes, any like wacky things, new fashion trends, or usual stops that we go to like Shibuya. I don't know why we always go to Shibuya. It's like we've been there a million times, but we always end up there for whatever reason.
I don't know what it is. Like I guess there's one store like I think I'm getting to the point where I'm old now where I don't enjoy it as much. I still enjoy it, but it's called 109 and it's like a popular fashion department store for, I want to say like from your teens to your mid-20s. But I mean, I still love going in there just to see what's new. And it's just the only reason why like the older I get, like I don't gravitate it to as much is because the music is so loud in there.
Oh my God, it's so
like
crazy.
It's like a disco or a club.
You're going to a club.
Yeah.
You're like club shopping or something.
And I can't concentrate.
It's so wacky. Like I just feel like it's so chaotic is what it is. And there's like so many people. But it's very colorful. It's really interesting
and
to
you do find some fun things in there. Like one year I found like these clip-on bangs that I love.
Those are pretty cool.
Even like the workers there, like they're dressed like so cool and they look like dolls half the time, and they're usually really friendly too. And I believe it's like 7 floors or 8.
There's a lot of floors.
Yeah, there's a lot of floors to like go around. But yeah, we always just end up there just because, I don't know, it's just something we've always done, so I don't want to not do it and miss out.
And I'm always like, well, while I'm here, I might as well take pictures of the Shibuya crossing. It's like the thing to do there for pictures. So the main thing to do in Shibuya is like the Shibuya crossing, the shopping, the Hachiko statue, the dog statue.
Yeah.
What else was there? Oh, then recently, there's a good steak katsu place there too. So.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's a good steak katsu place. And then right next to Shibuya is Harajuku, which I think more Americans are familiar with Harajuku. And that is like an even younger generation, like preteens to like. Once you get to like out of high school, like my friends and like you don't really go to Harajuku anymore because it's just like a different age group. But for us, because we live in the States now, it is still fun to just go back and check it out.
Plus they have the best crepes.
That is the thing, like I do like the crepes there. For whatever reason, Harajuku is famous for crepes and you'll find crepes everywhere there and all of them are good.
I mean, I've tried crepes everywhere in Japan. Well, not everywhere, but like a lot of places in Japan, and Harajuku always has the best crepes. So if you're looking for crepes, go to Harajuku.
Yeah, and if you just want to experience what it's like to walk down a tiny alley with 1 million people, that's where you go.
It's claustrophobic, but it's an experience. Again.
It is an experience. And there's a huge Daiso store there too.
Yeah, it's like 3 stories.
And that one's pretty big. And they've got little quirky, interesting shops like the sock shops that I like.
Candy loves the sock shop.
They have like the Lolita clothes there. I think
you can even like take pictures with like a photo studio there or something.
They have like cat cafes. We went to Pom Pom Pudding Cafe there. What else?
Oh, we had the 3D coffee there, or 2D and 3D coffee
there.
Oh
yeah, the 3D coffee.
Yeah.
That was fun. I was so amazed by the art.
Yeah, so what 3D coffee is, if you don't know, is they use the foam to pop out like a character or some kind of design. So I asked, or we both kind of asked for Totoro and a dog, and it was just like the cutest thing, and I just couldn't believe how like, detailed it was, and how he like shaped the foam to make this 3D latte. It was
and it's
really
not
cool.
even like a menu item. You can pick whatever you want.
whatever you want. But we were just like, I don't know, like a dog and Totoro.
I should have picked something hard like a dinosaur or something.
Oh, a dinosaur is so cool.
But when you're in that moment, you're like, okay, just a dog.
We didn't prepare for that.
Yeah, we should have prepared. I should have prepared for it.
Kenny didn't even want to go.
Yeah, you know what? I was being a loser and was like, what, 3D
She's
coffee?
like, why is this taking so long?
Yeah, because I didn't realize what it was, but we were there for 20 minutes, and I'm like, it's just coffee.
It's worth it. It's worth it to wait.
It is worth it. And then when I went to the bathroom, I saw the guy. There's one guy making all these 3D latte arts for the entire cafe. So then I'm like, okay, now I understand why.
I mean, it's not a huge cafe. You know, there was probably about, what, like 10, 15 at most people in there. And so, yeah, he makes every single one, so it takes a little bit of time.
Yeah, and definitely, I mean, obviously, you have to be an artist to be able to do this because you can't just hire anyone to make these. So I'm sorry I complained about how long it took. I realize now why.
But I love seeing Candy's, you know, happy surprise look too at the end. Because at first she's like, what is this? Why did you take me here? And then she's like, oh, this is so cool. So I like that reaction at the end. But yeah, that was really cool. And then there was like another coffee place in Ginza, I think it was. And that was 2D digital art. So instead of like
an actual person.
A person making it, it's all digital. So they take your picture and the picture goes on top of the phone that they have. And it's just spot on. It's really good. So that was pretty cool too. So it's like a different type of coffee art.
Yeah, I definitely think we should have spread those out among, but we had such limited time in Tokyo because that was a lot of caffeine we had one day.
We didn't even finish like the second one because I was like, this is just like too much coffee.
But we had to try it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad we did.
Definitely. And it wasn't even like that expensive either at the first place, the 3D cafe.
I think it was like $12.
Yeah, it was like $12. So it's pretty expensive, but
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Like I think and it was actually good coffee. It's not like just the art was cool, like the coffee.
And you know, you enjoy the ambience in there. It's like this little cafe.
And you're supporting the artist, so I don't mind paying extra for the artist.
Yeah, but the digital one in Ginza.
It's like $6 or something.
I think it was less than that. It was like
$4.
Like
less than Starbucks then.
Yeah. So either one, I think, are great experiences to do in Japan.
In Tokyo, yeah, those are like fun things we find in Tokyo.
So that's basically what we do when we visit Japan in the Tokyo area. We actually do venture out outside of Tokyo too every once in a while. It just depends on how much time we have. I do want to go to Osaka next time if we have time because Candy actually used to live there. And she says like the food is amazing there.
Yeah, so. I lived there for about a year, and now I really see why Osaka people get mad when people say Tokyo has the best food because the food in Osaka is really good. And,
I have heard that.
And also too, like the people in Osaka are very different from the people in Tokyo. They're a lot more, I want to say, talkative and friendly. Not that Japanese, like Tokyo people aren't friendly, but they're more reserved. Yeah. And Osaka people are
more aggressive.
Yes, they are. And you know what? A lot of comedians in Japan come from Osaka, and it's like easy to understand why.
Yeah. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to check out more of our travel videos, please check us out and subscribe to our channel.
Yeah, and if you have any questions about Japan or just anything in general, we always answer. So just comment below and we'll get back to you. So until next time, bye.